What's up, subscribers? Sunjetsu here, and today I wanted to go ahead and talk a little bit more about the gameplay that we saw from the Colic Sun Eater gameplay, Chaos Warriors, and just my thoughts on whether this game is going to have a flawless release in a couple of weeks. Well, let's go ahead and jump right in. Now, the gameplay that we did see showed a lot of the Chaos Warriors. It showed the dragon ogres, and they look terrifying. I like the fact that there's like the dragon ogres have different sizes. Like the regular dragon ogres, they're a little bit smaller on the smaller side. The Shagath, he's a little bit bigger, and Colic Sun Eater is probably the biggest. He is the biggest. I love the little lightning little additions that are on their bodies. And so I think the Shagath had it, and I think Colic had it on his body. And I like how they use it they use these units as basically cavalry. They ran up real quick. They just smashed through the enemy lines, cut down dwarves. It was a dwarf bloodbath. They're just dying left and right, getting thrown all over the place. I had no idea. I don't understand. I think this may be one of the strongest factions for online play. Like, no doubt, they just broke right through the dwarven lines. And apparently these dwarves, they're supposed to be the high tier dwarves. They're supposed to have all the high tier units, and still you had the general unit, the legendary lord unit for the dwarves, completely murder the Shagath. And I like the comment animations. They had explained that sometimes they don't, when they get hit, they don't fall back a little bit, because that might hinder the gameplay a little bit. And yeah, I get that, because you did see the Shagath just swing at the legendary lord, and he basically didn't move. I mean, you could tell it hurt him, but he didn't move or anything. He didn't react to it, and then he dropped the finishing blow and completely killed him. I can't wait to see what this game looks like with blood and gore in it. Oh my god. But it just looks beautiful. The game looks beautiful. The battlefield looked cool. It looked like it was they said there were a bunch of dwarven ruins all over the place. I like the fact that I mean, again, I'm fairly new, extremely novice at Warhammer lore, just to reiterate to you guys. But I do like how these demons come from the north, and there's ice and snow, and I love that. I just love that aspect. Maybe it's the Game of Thrones fanboy in me that likes that kind of aspect of evil and demons coming from the north. Winter is coming. But yeah, it looked amazing. Battlefield looked amazing. Units looked really cool. It seemed like they said that the Chaos Warriors, like the individual units, had legendary weapons or had great weapons. I don't remember what it was, but that might indicate that you can upgrade these units and give them better weapons, and that might reflect what the weapons that they have look like on the battlefield, maybe even the armor. So that's something we haven't seen since Medieval 2, I believe. So I'm excited for that. I can't wait to see that on the campaign map. I think it was Archon. He was the one on the flying unit on the. I'm not gonna butcher what it was. I can't really remember at this point, but he chased down that gyrocopter. That was so fucking awesome when he just knocked it out of the sky, fell down. It was, oh my god. I mean, hey, they have helicopters now. Who's to say we can't get Vietnam Total War? I mean, you probably wouldn't. Most people probably wouldn't want it, but I mean, with helicopters in the mix, it's kind of hard to even see that. This is going to be something that isn't possible anymore. You can see it on the battlefield. You can see it in Total War, and so I like that. That was pretty cool, and I liked it. I liked the whole battlefield. The game looks polished. It looks like they were having fun with it. Joey she didn't see the gameplay before, but she seemed like genuinely having fun with it. Before, I mean, it might just be me, but it seemed like her reactions were a bit scripted. I think they were actually scripted, in my opinion. But they could have been genuine reactions. For this video, they were very unscripted, and she definitely had a different kind of an awe about the footage that she was seeing. It sounded like the inflections in her voice sounded that way. So she was having fun. Darren was having fun, and they had dropped the bombshell that the Chaos Warriors are going to be free on release of the game for the first week of its life. And so that kind of brings me to my next subject of this video, my second subject of this video, which is Will Total Warhammer be flawless on release? Will this be the one true flawless game on release? Because I believe Attila did have also some bugs in it, but I feel like this will have a better release than Attila. I just feel it in my bones, and hopefully this does not come back and bite me in the ass, because I probably will. You guys will probably comment on these older videos or comment on the newer ones. Hey, remember when you told us that this game was gonna be flawless on release? Well, fuck you, man. You screwed me over because I bought the game and it's got bugs and stuff like that. I mean, it depends. You gotta look at the specs, the rigs. The specs for the rigs, they're online. They are online, and they're on their website too, so it shows what rigs can work with this game. And so some rigs might work better than others. My rig is one of the higher end rigs because that's the way it was made. So I have a feeling that I can play this game on pretty decent settings and get some really nice visuals on it, hopefully. And so I hope that I don't have any problems with it. I didn't have any problems with Attila. I did have problems with Rome 2. So, you know, Rome 2 just wasn't finished at launch. It just wasn't. It needed at least 2 or 3 more months, I would think, at release, you know, to be done. So that the fact that they're so confident in this game that they don't even need the pre-order bonus anymore. They're like, here, you can have it at release. Buy the game, get the faction for free, release the 5th faction. All those what's it called, petitions that were being made. I signed one of them, I think the main one, talking about free the 5th faction, and I was for it too, because I mean, you know, they are a major faction. I honestly don't mind pre-ordering. I already told you guys that statement in that's just the way I am, but I hear you guys. But they seem to be addressing that stuff. It's free on release. They're giving it to reviewers so they can review it beforehand. That way you can have a reviewer that you trust, watch it or play the game and give you all its faults. So they're doing all that. So I feel like because they made this free on release, this DLC, that means that they have major what's it called? They have major man, I can't think of the word. Confidence. There you go. Oh my god, that was a good one. Confidence. They have major confidence in this game that it's going to be good on release. Other things that state that for me are the fact that they needed 1 extra month, just 1. They didn't ask for 2. They just asked for 1, and they probably could have gone away with 2 too if they would have been like, we need 2 extra months, June. That way you can play the game during the summer. You have stay inside, don't go outside. You know, people will still be like, "Oh man, that kind of sucks." But yeah, sure. If you really need the 2 months, take it. They could have gone away with it. So that 1 extra month of needing to be able to polish the game. They said it's mainly for reviewers, but I'm pretty sure you needed to polish the game because I saw that battle between Bretonia and Greenskins, and just, I don't know, maybe it just was the rendering for the video, but it just didn't look that good in my opinion. But that was a month and a half ago, I think. So I think that it's just been more polished. It's been more balanced. We don't want any of these weird balance issues to happen. But they're still probably gonna have patches of the game. But I hope that it's nothing to the extent where the game is broken, people can't play it, and they need to patch it up. And so they got that. There's so many other things. They're talking about already free DLCs coming out. They're even ballsy enough to say that, yeah, we have some DLCs coming out. We got them coming out. They have confidence in this title. They've been talking about it being the best Total War game they've ever made in the history of Total War, which some people, they might scoff at that because a lot of people have really passionate views and think that some of the historical titles they've created are the best that they've ever played and the best ones for the series. I'll judge on my own once I play this game to see if it's the best Total War game that they've ever made. I know it's the most ambitious. This is definitely the most ambitious so far. Still waiting for Victoria World War I Total War to come out after this, or as a historical title. But I know that this is the most ambitious so far, and I never thought I'd see a fantasy style Total War game in my lifetime, or at all actually. Maybe just not even at all. You know, my lifetime actually would be another, hopefully, a couple more decades, hopefully. But yeah, I just didn't think they were gonna go down that route. I thought they were gonna stay historical, but I like the route that they're going. They got me into something that I've never really been into, or a genre series that I've never really been into. I've always been in fantasy and sci-fi, but I just never knew anything about Warhammer besides the little figures that you paint. So yeah, those are my thoughts. Do I think the game is going to be flawless on release? I'm confident that it will be. That it will have. That it really will be near to flawless, better release than Attila. That's what I'm going for. Hopefully this doesn't come by. These statements don't come and bite me in the ass later. Hopefully the game is close to perfect by the time it comes out, reinstilling confidence in the Total War brand. Let me know what you guys think about the game. Do you guys think it'll be flawless on release? Do you guys think it'll be, it'll have something similar to Rome 2, Attila? What do you guys think the state of the game will be on release, and what are your facts backing it up? Let me know in the comment section below. Let me know. Let's even get over 50 likes for the game coming out in just 3 weeks. Only 3 weeks. I think it's about 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks, but I'll say 3 weeks. Again, guys, thank you so much for watching. You guys are awesome. Thank you for watching and supporting my channel. We have just reached 15,000 subscribers. I think we're at 7 million views. I can't thank you guys enough. Thank you so much. And if you like what you see here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Become a Sunscriber today. It's going to be Sunjetsu signing off. They use these units as basically cavalry. They ran up real quick. They just smashed through the enemy lines, cut down dwarves. It was a dwarf bloodbath. They're just dying left and right, getting thrown all over the place. I had no idea. I don't understand. I think this may be one of the strongest factions. Different sizes, like the regular dragon ogres, they're a little bit smaller, on the smaller side. The Shagath, he's a little bit bigger, and Kolak Sun Eater is probably the biggest. He is the biggest. I love the little lightning little additions that are on their bodies, and so I think the Shagath had it, and I think Kolak had it on his body. And I like how they just my thoughts on whether this game is going to have a flawless release in a couple of weeks. Well, let's go ahead and jump right in. Now, the gameplay that we did see showed a lot of the Chaos Warriors. It showed the Dragon Ogres, and they look terrifying. I like the fact that there's like the Dragon Ogres have What's up, subscribers? Sunjetsu here, and today I wanted to go ahead and talk a little bit more about the gameplay that we saw from the Kolak Sun Eater gameplay, Chaos Warriors, and for online play. Like, no doubt, they just broke right through the dwarven lines, and apparently these dwarves, they're supposed to be the high tier dwarves. They're supposed to have all the high tier units, and still. You had the general unit, the legendary lord unit for the dwarves,